what I do, what I do, da da do, da da do, what I do.
Hello and welcome to the Crafty Princess Diaries podcast. My name is Tammy Pally, aka the Crafty Princess, and you can find more information about me and my crafting and writing over at my weblog, tammypally.com. You can also subscribe, hopefully there's a link somewhere around here, to my YouTube channel and also get updates whenever I upload a new video. I have a lot of how-to videos, craft product reviews, and of course I have this regular podcast that I put out about twice a month or so. I always want to do it when I have something to actually show you and tell you. So I don't really have a specific date of when I do that, but I usually try to put out some kind of video at least once a week. All right, so like I said, go ahead and subscribe. And I want to say hello to some new subscribers. I have 8 new subscribers since the last time I did a podcast. They include Create with Cassie, Emily, aka Millie, Sue Fave, Raza V66, Sherry Ann Richardson, Crystal Kilberry, Tracy Darby, and Pupple Backyard Farm. Thanks for subscribing and welcome to any new subscribers or new viewers. Today's podcast is a tad different than some of the previous ones because first of all, I've been pretty monogamous on one particular project, so I don't have tons of crafting to show you, but I have a few things. And also, related to today's title, I have a publication that I want to tell you about. And today's episode is number 23, and it's titled Craft Novel Published. And I will tell you more about that in a few minutes. I'm going to put it at the end of the podcast in case some people are like, well, they don't want to hear all the details that I'm going to give about the book that I have published. Let's see what else. Oh, and I also remember to tell you guys, make sure that you join my Ravelry group. I have every month I do a finished objects thread and a giveaway in there. So you can post as many finished objects of any type of craft that you do. It does not have to be yarn related. And I give a gift, a giveaway for the person I randomly pull somebody. And for June, it's Knitting Beaded Purses, the book. And even if you're not into knitting these types of purses, this can show you how to knit with beads. Okay, it's got some really good pictures on how to do that. And then for July, this is going to be the prize. Best Bets 30 Designs to Knit Your Own. And this would be actually kind of a good thing. I know it's pretty hot outside most places. I'm in Florida and it's killer hot. It's like high 90s now already. But with a vest, it's not a huge heavy project and it's something you could probably also use, make something now so you can use it in the fall. Let's go on to the finished objects and the whips. I just have a couple, like I said. One finished object I am wearing is a necklace that has a crystal wrapped in wire, which you probably can't see that great. And I will be doing a tutorial, a written with pictures tutorial on how to do this necklace at some point in time. So check out my blog. And the other thing that I have finished, which I am so shocked that I managed to finish this, is the Scarftopia. Free pattern, Scarftopia. Scarftopia. It's supposed to be, the finished length is supposed to be 82 inches, and I had this much left, and I probably could have gotten a few more rows, but I was really afraid, because that's one thing, as a semi-new, I would say beginning level knitter, I still get nervous about finishing off and not having enough yarn left, because that's happened to me a few times, and then I have to make it kind of tight, and then it messes it up at the end, and that's always so disappointing to me. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty of yarn, and it's not blocked. But I would say it's at least 4 feet, if not a little bit longer. And yeah, this is with Cascade, Heritage, painted silk paints. I can't remember the colorway because they don't have it on the ball band. And I actually did a review where I show this skein I did a review of this particular type of yarn, the Cascade Heritage Silk Paints yarn. And that's on my, maybe I'll link it on here too, but that's on my YouTube channel. And yeah, it's kind of rolly, but hopefully once I block this puppy out, it'll be nice. It's cool because it's like slanted on the ends. So yeah, I finished that. Yay, yay me. That's kind of incredible. And a work in progress, if I can say it. I got this book to review, Super Cute Knits for Little Feet. 30 styles, stylish shoes, blah, blah, blah. It's written by Vita Apala, and it is published, I want to say, who's publishing this? St. Martin's. Okay, so it's a St. Martin's Publishing. I will do a book review of this on my blog. I'm actually not sure. I've been thinking about doing just video book reviews, like switching over instead of doing written ones. I'm not sure. What do you think? Comment. Let me know. Yay, nay, boring. I don't know. But I'm trying to make some for my grandniece. She's going to be here in August. I'm going to try to make these. And I started already, and yeah, these puppies are fiddly. Big surprise. And hold on, I got to open a zipper. Sorry. Okay. I have a bottom done, which actually is two bottoms stitched together. And the yarn I'm using is Cotlin in the coffee colorway from Knit Picks. And not totally thrilled with this yarn. I may do a review about it, a separate video review. And of course, you know, it's a blend of, this is Tanquis and linen, 70% Tanquis, Tanquis, and 30% linen. So between the fact that basically I'm using cotton and linen yarn and a small size D hook, this is pretty tough on the hands. So hopefully, I really hope to get at least those sandals made. If not, another pair. They have some really cute little ballet slippers in there that are adorable. So yeah, I'm hoping to get those made by August for sure. I have some other projects that I've been trying to work on for my grandniece, but I know I won't get them done by August. And so when I got this book, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can make her at least a pair of little shoes. I have a little something to give her. You know, not that she even cares, but I do. So yeah, those are the projects that I'm working on. I have other stuff that I'm kind of dabbling in, but nothing significant to show you. So I thought, well, I'm trying to make this video a little bit on the short side. Usually my podcasts are about a half hour long. And so yeah, so the news about my craft book. It's actually a novel that has craft-related information in it because the protagonist, Tess Dudley Forrester, is a crafter. And here is the cover. I self-published it on Kindle. It's called Crafting Memories, and the subtitle is A Novel of Family and Remembering. And of course it kind of looks kind of funky. The color's a little off, just not too bad. So yeah, so that's on Kindle, and it has the look inside options. So if you're interested, you can read, it has the preface, the first chapter, and part of the second chapter. So, and I have it on sale for $2.99. And I'm going to do a separate video that talks about my experience with the Kindle publishing. It's actually, the program's called Kindle Direct Publishing. And I was going to do it in this video, but some people probably just are not interested in that. So I thought I might just kind of explain some things that I learned and some tips about if you decide you ever want to do that. Because you could actually publish really any type of book. It does allow you to use images as well. So you could, you know, publish your own craft book with pictures and everything, or children's books, or anything like that. So I will be doing a separate video. I may even do that, and then maybe I'll do that after this. I'll record it after this video, and then that way publish it, and then I can link it. But if I don't manage to get all that done, if you go over to my YouTube channel, you will see the video over there. So okay, a little bit about the book. Like I said, it's called Crafting Memories, and the main character, Tess Dudley Forrester, is 40 years old. She just lost her job, and she's kind of thinking about what is she going to do. So some of the crafts that you'll see mentioned include scrapbooking and also knit and crochet. And like I said, she is a crafter. She originally was a craft book editor for a company and decided to leave that, go back to school, get her PhD, and become a teacher. And that did not work out so hot for her, poor girl. So anyway, so we find her, and she is trying to figure out what to do with her life. And a sort of a subplot to this is that she finds some letters and a diary, a journal that was written by her great Aunt Mamie. This part of the book is actually not fictionalized. I do have a great Aunt Mamie, or great, because she was writing in the 1900s. Most of these are dated in the early 1900s. And I do have some of the documentation. A cousin of mine did a lot of research and found that she had written, like I said, a journal, and he found a letter that she wrote to her sister. And in the letter, she talks about a family tragedy, again, that really did happen in my family, where a mother and daughter committed suicide at the same time. So our character, our protagonist, Tess, finds this information, and she starts to kind of, wonder about, that situation. She wants to learn more about Mamie. She wants to know why the girl killed herself, all this kind of thing. So that's kind of going on. As she looks into that, she kind of goes on a sort of a personal journey as well, trying to figure out what to do. And so this is really a chick lit book for mature chicks. I guess that's the way to put it, because my experience with a lot of chick lit, and I'll give you an example, like The Devil Wears Prada, for example. That is considered chick lit. And it was an okay book, but honestly, I was much more interested in the character that was her boss, who was a mature lady, than the young girl who was the main character, because I just couldn't connect to somebody who was 20-something years old, had no life experience. I mean, it just didn't resonate with me. And I watched the movie too, same thing with the movie. I was like, oh yeah, life's rough. You're size 6. I feel so bad for you. But then, of course, Meryl Streep, who is a fabulous, I mean, how can you not love Meryl Streep? I was much more interested in her character. So, so if you are, the type that likes that genre, then this is something that might appeal to you. And so that's kind of why I integrated this into my podcast this time, because it does relate to crafting. She's part of a knit and crochet stitching group, and so she kind of reconnects with her girlfriends after losing her job, and she kind of rethinks, like, maybe she needs to go back into the craft world. Maybe that's where her where she belongs as far as her writing work and her editing work and that kind of thing. So and then just a little extra background information about why did I write this thing. After receiving the information from my cousin that Mamie wrote, I, for whatever reason, sat down and started just writing a short story. And I was actually, years ago when I got my bachelor's degree, I was a creative writing major. So that's what I did. I graduated and decided I needed to go back to school right away because I couldn't get a job. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was super young. I think I got my bachelor's, I was like 23. 22, no, I was younger than that, because I got my master's, I was 23. So I don't even know. Like, I was a baby, all right? I went to school early. I started college at 16, and so by the time I got through, my 4-year degree, I was like, I was just a little kid. And I like going to school. I mean, I'm a teacher now. That's what I like to do. So I went back, and at the time, I just stayed at UCF because, of course, it was very comfortable for me there. And I went into their master's program, which was literature-based, not creative writing. They didn't have that at the time. They do now, of course, but at the time they did not. They actually had just started the program, honestly. I was one of the first in the master's program there. So then, got that, went on my way, spent 10 years as a tech writer in the defense industry, and went back to school again. I think I was 38 or so when I went back to school to get my PhD, and I entered the Text and Technology program at the University of Central Florida. Yes, and so back to UCF. As part of my dissertation, I combined fictionalized narrative with analysis, and that's where the short story that I had started with Mamie's help went to. I integrated it into my dissertation, and so to my surprise, my dissertation committee really liked the narrative part, the fictionalized part of my dissertation, which, like I said, I was very surprised. I thought that would be the weakest part, since I hadn't really done a lot of creative writing since I was quite young. So I decided I was going to make it into a novel eventually, and I finally did, after writing and writing and writing. Changing and I could continue to write on this book forever. I could rewrite and rewrite this book forever. But I finally decided it was time to let go. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect when it comes to writing, or at least not my writing. So I did, check into getting published through a regular publishing house, but you have to have an agent, and I just have not had I have had very negative experiences with agents, book agents, okay? I'm not comfortable going down that route. And I'm not saying, I don't want to diss book agents. I know that there are actually some very legitimate and good literary agents out there. I did not find one. I found a really bad one. And then I found another one that was like, So, since my experience was not good, that does not appeal to me. Basically, the novel was pulled out of there and then fleshed out. That's what I did. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. It feels kind of liberating to finally get it out there because I've held on to it for so many years. And like I said, I kept rewriting it. So it feels good now. I can't rewrite it anymore. It's done. And actually, I've started on another writing project, another creative writing project. So that's kind of nice. And it also is craft related. So that will probably take me another 10 years to write. So don't expect it anytime soon. But if you're interested, please head over to Amazon.com and check out Crafting Memories and read the first chapter or so in the preface that is free already in there in the look inside option. And then buy it for $2.99 and download it on your Kindle or iPad or whatever and take a read. It's a very fast, easy read. I've had a few people who have read it to help me with proofing, and they were able to whip through it very quickly. So it's a light read. It's not definitely not heavy duty, not academic whatsoever. And yeah, so thanks for coming by. And like I said, I will be posting some links for you, and look for a video where I talk more in detail about the pros and cons and tips in case you're interested in pursuing publishing on Kindle. Thank you for stopping by, and have a wonderful crafting day.
What I do, da da do, da da do. What I do, da da do, da da do. What I do, da da do, da da do.